What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another modded tutorial. And today we're going to be looking at Project Red's transportation slash storage interface mod. And this mod is kind of tedious to do, that's for sure. You need a lot of dyes to do it, and it's just in survival it's really brutal to find all the colors and all that and farm them and everything. But anyways, I wanted to make this tutorial because I knew when I first started out, I kind of needed like just a really simple tutorial to show me how to do this, and just pure simplicity. And that's what this video is going to be. It's going to be pure simplicity. There's nothing complicated about it. We're just going to get straight to the point, just like all of our other tutorials, straight to the point. And we're just going to show you the simplest example you can do. And you can scale it up as much as you want. It's just that simple. This mod can look pretty daunting with all these chips and all the different pipes and stuff, but I'll explain it all to you guys as simple as I can. And we're going to get you guys going. We're going to get you guys getting your storage interface. I know it's way better to have it like that instead of going through and signing a bunch of chests saying there's wood in there and all that. So let's just get straight into it. So the first thing we're going to start off with is item extractor chip. So basically, we're only going to be putting this in our chest that we're putting items to put back into our storage, because if we put this on all of our other chests, it's just gonna bounce around in the pipes and stuff. We don't want that, but I'll explain this more when we get to the example. So we're gonna need a cyan alumar, redstone, null logic routing chip, and iron. Here's the recipe for the null chip. Simple, just gold, redstone, and paper. And then the alumar is 2 glowstone and 2 types of cyan dye. It could be tree, it could be regular dye. And it's just as simple as that. You're only going to need one of these, so you're not going to really have to farm cyan that much. So yeah, that's the cyan chip. That's where we put in our bottom chest to put all the items inside of our storage units. And now this boy, the responder chip. So what this is going to do is this is going to interact with your routed request pipe, and this chip's going to allow items to come out similar to the extractor chip, but only when you use your interface. The extractor chip, what it does is as soon as something goes in a chest, it takes it out, but this one's kind of smarter than that one. So this one knows, alright, you haven't told me to take something out, so I won't, but when you do tell it to take something out, it will. It's not random. It has a bit of smarticles, if you want to say. So we need orange alumar, same thing as the cyan, just orange. Null chip, same thing. Iron, redstone, huge. I'll explain this more when we get over there to the example. Big chip. This is another big one, the broadcaster chip. Basically what this does is in our routed interface pipe, when you right click on it, it's going to come up with a menu, and you have to put this in every single chest so that all the items in your chest are able to be seen by your pipe. So if you don't have this in there and you right click on here on your request pipe, nothing will show up. So that's basically it. This one is like it searches through all your chests and see what's in there. So when you right click on this, you know if you could take something out or not. Basically the same thing. Glowstone, more magenta dye, redstone, null logic chip, gold this time. Alright, so that's it for the chips. Those are all the chips you need for a basic, like really basic storage system. There's a couple other chips, and you can also upgrade them and such. And also, before I move on to the pipes, when you put the chips in, you right click, and you're going to have this menu up. And by default, all these are going to be on whitelist. And you want to put them all into blacklist, because if you put them on whitelist, only the items in this box will come out or be shown. Alright guys, so make sure you put this on blacklist unless you're going for a more advanced build and you only want certain things. Say you have like a automated farm or something and you only want it to take out the logs to put in your storage, then that's what you'd use this for on whitelist. But for what we're doing, for the simplicity of it, just put all your things on blacklist and you'll be good to go. Alrighty. So now, a routed junction pipe. So what this does is basically every time there's a connection between two pipes, you want to put this one in between them. So this is it's kind of in the name. It's your junction. So say you have a T, like a T junction, and you have pipes on each side in an X or a T form. You want to make sure this one is in the middle of all of it. Because if this one isn't in the middle of all of it, this one's kind of like the brain of the junction. So what this one does is it tells it to go in to the nearest chest. Without this, what's going to happen is it's just going to bounce around all in your pipes because there's no brain to tell it to go anywhere or tell it to go to the nearest chest. So we need this one. This one's really important because if you don't have this one, you're just going to have items bouncing around in your pipes, and it's going to eventually they'll go in, but with this, it'll go instantly into the nearest chests that are available. For this, we need the red Alumar. Easy, glowstone. We need the green Alumar. That one's a little bit rough. Diamonds, glass, and this infused silicone. Basically, this is how you make the red one. We have to cook this one. And then you cut this one with a saw. That's how you make a saw. Whoopsie. And then to make this, we need sandy coal compound, which is a coal block around sand. What I'm going to do for you guys, if you guys don't know about the recipe, I'll just slowly go through it for you guys so you guys can understand. So we need red silicone compound. We need to smelt it to get the infused. And then to make the red silicone, we need redstone around this regular silicone. And to make the regular silicone, we need to cut silicone boule, or whatever that means. We get 8 of them. And then to get this silicone boule, we need sandy coal compound. And to get sandy coal compound, we need sand around a coal block. It's brutal, guys. I know. I hopefully I gave you guys enough time to kind of understand. But either way, in your guys' own game, you can go through it. It's not hard. It's just really tedious over the things you have to do over and over again. So let's move on. The rooted interface pipe. So this is the pipe that you're going to attach to all your chests. This is where you put all your chips into. So when you put this pipe down, you connect it to, you don't have to connect it to, like if you have a double chest, you only have to connect it to one side of it. You don't have to keep connecting it all the way around. So you just put it on the one side of your chest, and you right click your chips onto it. So all we're doing is putting the responder and the broadcaster in there, because that's all we need for our simple build. And that's basically what it does. It gives your chips a way of doing their job, and you only put these on your chest. You don't put them anywhere else. And to make this, you need redstone, gold nuggets, in this formation, a rooted junction pipe, which we already went over, with the silicone and the diamond and the Alumar and all that. And yeah, that's basically what that pipe does. And this is the most simplest pipe in the game. You only have to make one of them if you want. You can have more than one, but it's just kind of weird to do that. And this is your request pipe. This is the pipe that you right click, and it'll show you all your things. And this is the pipe that tells stuff to come out of chests, and it shows you everything in your chest. Redstone on each side, diamond, rooted junction pipe. Huge. And here's the most simplest pipe in the game. This is pretty much all your in between. You put this pipe mostly for length in between where you don't put your junction pipes or your interface pipes. These pipes are just your middlemen in between everything, where all your stuff gets mostly just travel pipes, like it says, transport pipe. And it's just stone, glass, stone. Alright, boys, so that's all of our components. Hopefully I made it as simple as possible. If you guys had issues with it, tell me in the comments. Ask the questions in the comments. It's huge. I have all the time in the world to answer your comments. So please, if you guys have any issues, or you're like, oh, maybe I didn't get that recipe, or maybe that wasn't explained right, put it in the comments. I'll be happy to answer you guys. And so here is our build. And it's so simple, guys. It's so simple. I can't tell you more about it. It's so easy. So right here we got our we got our interface pipe, all right? We right click on that. We got our responder chip and an item extractor chip in there. We don't really need the responder chip in there, but you put it in there if you want to. Basically what happens, look at that. Boom, boom, goes directly into the nearest chest because of our blue guy. And that's how this chest works. This is the chest. You can make it a double, put all your things in here, and it'll go instantly back in. And so we got an interface pipe on our chest. We always need interface pipes on our chest. Then we got our transport pipe. And that I put this junction pipe here. You probably don't need to, but I put it there just because I don't want it to mess around with the request pipe, and I want it to go straight this way. I don't think it's necessary, but just in case, I don't want it bouncing back and going over there. So it's always safe to put a junction pipe in intersections like this. And so here we got our request pipe, our items we just put in. We go like this. We press all, submit. Look at that. Comes out, drops it for us. We got our pipes back. And so this is basically the layout of what's gonna be like in the wall or whatever. Whatever you're gonna see, you can make it so it's like a little spout in a wall in your base or whatever, and make all this hidden. And so this is basically how we got this set up right here. We got our request pipe, transport, junction, transport, interface pipe on our chest. And that's basically it. We got a responder chip and we got our extractor chip in there. And so this kind of looks a little bit weird, but it's just because it's really small. So basically we got all of our interface pipes on our chest, like we said. Put only on the chest. We don't put it as a transport pipe or anything like that. Only on our chest. Then we got our junction pipe in the middle of all of it. You can put junction pipes like I did over here on every single intersection. It's probably safer that way, but I don't think it's needed. But you can do it if you want. I tend to do the safer route and just put junction pipes on every single intersection just to make sure there isn't any bouncing around going on. But just to show you guys, what we have in here is a responder chip and a broadcaster chip. We have that in every single one, every single interface pipe that's attached to a chest. And we got the same over here, and we just keep her going. And all we did, put a transport pipe, start another row, transport pipe, start another row. It's just as simple as that, guys. I'll tell you a little bit more. There is some more stuff you can do with this. Like, you can make stuff go faster in the pipes and all that, but like, is it worth it? Is it worth the pain of going through it? Not really. Like, there's a bunch of other, like, there's a dynamic item respond, but in terms of this tutorial, we're just gonna keep it extremely simple for you guys. There's no point of going extremely overboard with the upgrades and stuff. If you guys want to do the upgrades, I can show you real quick right here, but we're just gonna keep it more simple. So basically, to do the upgrades, what you need is, let me see here. So these are the upgrades right here. And what you do is you install them onto your chip using a little GPS thingy, this guy right here, this router utility, and you basically install it on your chip, and it makes everything in the pipes go faster. But as you guys can see, like look at that. It's pretty much instant. And if I want to request it, it's instant. Like, the only reason why I had to get the upgrades is if you're doing an insane length. Like, you're going from here all the way over here, maybe. But as for the upgrades, there's not really a point of doing a hassle over making yourself get the upgrades. Like, in terms of casual play, like, there's no point. If it's just for your world, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no need for it to be zoom in and everything, because it's just your casual world. And I mean, it's just the upgrades just make it more complicated than it needs to be, and we're just keeping it simple. At the end of the day, we're keeping it simple. I just wanted to show you guys, alright, it's not as complicated as the mod looks, and this is as easy as it can get. And like, you guys can expand this over and over and over again. Like, you can put a transport pipe on top of here, 2 of them up, route it over here, put another one of these, just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, and do the same thing this way. And you're just good to go. You have all the storage. So if you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys found this video a little bit informational, maybe it made your Project Red transportation mod experience a little bit easier. I always wish that I had kind of a really simple, straight to the point tutorial like this for myself. So if you guys found it helpful, leave it in the comments. Tell me how bad I did, tell me how good I did. And that's going to be the episode, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.